Listen to me right now. If you're tired of rushing through life like it's some kind of race you can't win, if you're sick of that constant feeling in your gut that you're somehow falling behind, then hit that subscribe button immediately. This isn't just another motivational video you'll watch and forget. This isn't some quick fix or temporary boost. This is the message your soul has been desperately searching for. The truth that could change everything for you. Because here's the reality most gurus won't tell you. It's going to take time. And if you're not ready for that truth, you're not ready for success. So subscribe, lock in, and let this message hit you where it matters. Because everything you want, everything you've been chasing, is waiting on the other side of patience, pain, and persistence. I know exactly where you are right now. I've been there. I know you're eager. I know you're hungry. That fire in your belly that keeps you up at night, I feel it too. You want to win, and you want to win fast. Every morning you wake up with that hunger, that drive, that desperate need to break through. And every night, you go to bed wondering why today wasn't the day it all changed. You open your phone and what do you see? People flashing their new cars, their beach vacations, their million-dollar launches. People who seem to have cracked some code you haven't found yet. People living the life you're still dreaming about. And you sit there wondering, why not me? Why am I still stuck? Still grinding, still trying? Why does success seem to find everyone but you? But let me tell you this, and I need you to really hear me. What you're seeing is the highlight reel. What you're feeling is the process. That gap between the two, that's where most people lose themselves. That's where dreams go to die. Success, real success, doesn't happen overnight. It's not a door you knock on once, and suddenly you're welcomed into this magical kingdom of achievement. It's a wall you break through, one painful hit at a time. And sometimes that wall doesn't even begin to crack until the 100th blow. But most people stop at 99. Most people quit right before the breakthrough because they can't see it coming. They can't feel it getting closer. And that's the tragedy. That's the difference between those who make it and those who almost did. We live in a world of instant everything. Instant messages, instant food, instant validation. We've been conditioned to expect results at the speed of our desires. But greatness doesn't work that way. You can't microwave greatness. You can't fast forward through struggle. That's not how it works. That's not how it ever worked. Every person you admire, every story that inspires you, behind all of that glamour and success is time. Years of invisible effort. Years of doing the work when no one was clapping, when no one was watching, when no one even knew their name. Years of showing up when it was cold, when it was dark, when it was lonely. It made no logical sense to keep going, but they kept going anyway. Not because it was easy, not because they could see the end, but because it mattered. Think about that for a second. They didn't keep going because success was guaranteed. They kept going because the journey itself had become non-negotiable. The process had become part of their identity. And that's what I'm challenging you to embrace today. The love of the process itself, not just the promise of its rewards. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Something that might make you want to click away, but I'm asking you to stay with me. There is no shortcut. There is no secret hack. There is no magic formula. There is only the grind, the discipline, the day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. You want success? Then you better be ready to bleed for it, to wait for it, to suffer for it, to be misunderstood for it, to be laughed at for it, to be doubted because of it. Because if it came easy, you wouldn't respect it. If it came fast, you wouldn't keep it. If it came without cost, you wouldn't value it. Real success isn't about what you get. It's about who you become in the process of getting it. And who you're becoming? That transformation, that evolution, that takes time. It takes repetition. It takes failing and getting back up so many times that failure loses its sting. It takes showing up when motivation has left the building and all you have is discipline. And here's the part that's hardest to accept. The timeline isn't up to you. You can control your effort, you can control your mindset, you can control your habits, but you cannot control when the breakthrough comes. That's not in your hands. And coming to peace with that uncertainty, that's where most people break. There are going to be days, weeks, maybe even months when it feels pointless. Days when the results don't show. Days when you look in the mirror and see the same person you were a year ago. Days when you pour your heart into your work and the world meets it with silence. Days when you question if any of this is worth it. And that's exactly when you need to keep going. That's the test. That's the level up moment. That's when the universe is asking you, how badly do you want this? Are you here for the quick win, or are you here for the long game? Most people give up, not because they can't do it, but because they expect it too soon. And when it doesn't show up on their timeline, they assume they're doing something wrong. They assume it's not meant to be. But listen carefully. The seed doesn't sprout the second you water it. The body doesn't transform the moment you touch a weight. The business doesn't explode the second you launch it. And the life you want doesn't appear just because you decided you want it. Wanting isn't enough. Wanting is cheap. Everyone wants. Desire is the starting point, not the journey. It's what you do after the wanting that decides everything. It's the habits you build when no one's looking. It's the small, unsexy choices you make every single day. It's choosing discomfort over comfort, growth over stagnation, long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. In this digital age, it's almost impossible not to compare yourself to others. Every time you open social media, you're bombarded with other people's successes, other people's milestones, other people's seemingly perfect lives. And it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, they got there faster, they did it better, they're leaving me behind. But I'm begging you, don't compare your timeline to theirs. Don't let someone else's speed make you question your own path. You're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be at this moment, learning exactly what you need to learn for your unique journey. You're in the middle of the process, and that process is shaping you. It's strengthening you. It's preparing you for something bigger than you can even imagine right now. But only if you stay in it. Only if you keep going when it's boring, when it's painful, when it feels like nothing's moving. When it seems like you're the only one still struggling. You might not see the results yet, but I promise you, you are changing. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're building resilience. Every time you push through doubt, you're building character. Every day you choose to fight instead of fold, you are becoming the person who will earn the life you dream of. That's not wasted time. That's foundation. And without foundation, everything else falls apart. That's why so many overnight successes crumble just as quickly as they rose. They built the house without building the foundation first. They reached for the results without developing the character to sustain them. So yes, you're tired. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it would be easier to quit, to settle, to convince yourself that your dreams were too big, too ambitious, too unrealistic. But this is exactly what makes you different. So what you're saying is, how much does the word mess matter? This is where most people quit. This is where the crowd thins out. This is where the path gets lonely, because so few are willing to walk it. So if you're still standing, if you're still showing up, you're already ahead of 90% of people. Now don't stop. Don't slow down. Keep building, keep believing, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Because pain is part of the payment. Time is part of the process, and both are part of the price. So if this message lit a fire in you, if these words resonated in the deepest parts of your being, If you're finally ready to stop skipping steps and walk the real road to success, then hit that subscribe button now. Make that your first decision. Make that your first commitment. Make that your first act of courage. Don't watch this and walk away unchanged. Don't be that person who gets hyped for 5 minutes and goes back to scrolling, back to waiting, back to wishing things were different. Be the one who acts. Be the one who grows. Be the one who sticks around for the journey. Subscribe, join this movement, and let's keep building what others only dream about.